just in, Florida is hot. Every single summer, it's hot, and people go to Walt Disney World despite the heat, as they have for over 50 years. But this year, it seems like the Disney company is really leaning into messaging by Bob Iger, where all of a sudden people are starting to realize that the happiest, most magical place on Earth happens to be hot in the summer. Disney has unveiled its plans for the coolest summer ever, really leaning into the heat idea. Let's talk about it today on That Park Place. Guys, I mean, this is breaking news of the highest sort.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's, Bob Iger himself didn't know it was hot, so...
Hold on, let's play that clip.
It was measuring attendance at Disney World on July 4th, which didn't really factor in temperature, which was about 100 degrees and 99% humidity on that day.
Okay.
This just in, guys. Central Florida is hot in the summer.
It's hot.
For the first time ever, it was really hot in Central Florida in July, and that's why people didn't go to Walt Disney World. But Disney's got it figured out now, though, because they've unveiled plans for the coolest summer ever. Walt Disney World is gearing up for its highly anticipated coolest summer ever event, which will feature a lineup of new attractions, special events, and exclusive experiences for visitors to the Orlando, Florida theme park. The Attractions podcast has obtained insider details and tips straight from Disney insiders, to give guests a sneak peek at what's in store. Disney's annual summer programming is a major draw for tourists visiting Central Florida. Okay. The details. The coolest summer ever celebration will include the debut of several new attractions, including a high-tech dark ride based on the hit Pixar film Turning Red, and an interactive scavenger hunt through the World Showcase at Epcot. Disney is also planning a series of limited time events like a Disney Villains themed after hours party and a Disney princess focused character dining experience. Now, I don't think we're getting a high-tech dark ride based on Turning Red. I feel like we would have known that by now.
No.
It's an awful movie.
No, I don't know what's going on there. By the way, define hit again?
Yeah, right.
Struggling
but
with
also over here on WWE, these guys Pro gives me these articles, so I will say
Marvin.
Yeah, we got a Quality Trek Pro.
we've got the coolest summer ever here, guys. The coolest summer ever. A big time event that is going to completely make people not care about being hot. And Disney has focused in on this as well with technological advances. So as Disney World attended slides, Disney patents a system to make the heat more manageable. Now, this sounds very impressive on its surface, right, guys? But let's see what it actually is. The patent application published on April 2nd is titled Predicting and Mitigating Effects of Environmental Conditions. It's filed on September 30th and lists investors based in Orlando and San Juan Capistrano. It is a system that warns guests when they are approaching dangerous heat or environmental exposure limits. System pulls real-time environmental data, temperature, humidity, UV index, air pollution, wind speed, and more, and cross-references it with individual specific information to predict when a person is likely to hit a biological exposure threshold. That could mean the point at which heat stress begins, sun exposure becomes harmful, or air quality starts to affect health, aka every weather app that you could currently get for your iPhone.
Pretty much.
No, it's
unless
new.
they're planning on building paradise like in the Hulu series, then we're gonna be in like a big bubble, literally.
Every weather app tells you when heat levels are dangerous, tells you when big storms are approaching, tells you when air quality is an issue. Every single one. What is it? This time it's going to be Mickey Mouse popping up being like, oh, it's getting hot out there, pal.
They're going to put a shield over us, guys.
Good luck, because most of the experiences are going to be down when the rainstorm comes in. No, I'm not sure what that's going to happen there. But no, Marvin, Disney's totally... Oh, sorry, go ahead. Stepped on you.
Well, I was just saying, we got rid of all the shade, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
We got rid of the river that all the breeze came off of, huh? Enjoy it.
All of our designers are from California. Yeah, exactly. So No, it's really quite interesting because honestly, Marvin, come on, Disney's totally a tech company. Believe us, please, believe us. Stock price go up. No, I look. There have been diminishing results over the summers at Walt Disney World. Just have been. I think Disney's maybe developing or investing in ways in which maybe they can turn that around, or perhaps I don't know, cater their app in order to maybe push people to certain directions given certain atmospheric conditions. Not sure, but it's very, very quite weird to be patenting this stuff here.
Culture, what do you think? Have they figured it out? Have they have they found the missing piece of the puzzle to stop the summertime blues? You're muted, Culture.
No, the summertime blues are. Look, people have been going to Florida in the summer forever. They know it's hot. They visit because it's hot. There are some people who actually don't mind it being hot. They mind it being wet. That's a different conversation. But look, this has been a conversation going back into the late 80s, early 90s that Florida's hot. And they were going to build these giant cooling towers in various locations in various parks to try to help deal with this and mitigate this as well. This is not a new idea, but look, this is not an innovation. How are you patenting, what's on my phone natively? That, I don't even have to consult the weather app. A little alert pops up on my phone to tell me that the heat index is X. You should probably hydrate and make sure you stay out of the sun. I'm like, what? There is nothing new here. Reporting it this way, I think, is disrespectful to everybody's common sense. I think that's the problem with some of the way these articles are being written these days. I'm not even sure a human wrote the original inspiration for this article. And if they did, how stupid do they think humanity is? I mean, those are my thoughts.
I've stopped underestimating how stupid Disney thinks its customers are.
Yeah.
Because it really just thinks that you're drooling in a corner. They at the end of the day, Bob's whole thing about Florida's hot. No spuds.
No
there,
kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
No kidding. It's every summer has been hot. When I used to go as a kid in the summer, I would go in August, and it's very hot in August. And guess what? There were people there. I have gone since I've lived here over the last decade on 4th of July. And I have gone on the 4th of July, and I have, been shoulder to shoulder with people. And Labor Day, same thing, shoulder to shoulder with people. I went on Labor Day and the 4th of July last year. Guess who was there? Nobody. And we have the video. So, I mean, Vash, you saw it. I took video while there. Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July. Nobody was there.
Yeah.
Other platforms echoed us. Finally, we were the ones screaming it for months, and everyone told us we were grifters and we were liars. And then all of a sudden, every news organization is running stories about how Magic Kingdom is empty in the summer.
Yeah. Look, it's a lot to invest in order to go down to Walt Disney World during that time. Everybody kind of knows it's hot, right? And so what you have been seeing is it's really, really quite fascinating with maybe, I don't know, lowering birth rates or something. Previously, summer was all about, hey, get the kids out, summer break, all of that, get them down to these theme parks, not just destinations like Walt Disney World, but also to regional theme parks, right? But with destinations like what's happening with Universal and with Disney, we just have seen a diminishment over the last 20 years or so on the emphasis placed on summer bookings specifically because, man, it is super hot. And honestly, this might be impacted by Disney's decisions on not providing in a lot of indoor spaces with their new construction, a lot of shade structures and so forth, as Disney has lacked, I think, the accompaniment of different convenience features, right? with the summer being as hot as it is, now you have that real perception out there that it's like, wow, it's kind of brutal to visit a place like this during this time. And so it's like, okay, if I'm going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars, I'm going to do it now, I'm going to do it in the fall, I'm going to do it in Christmas. And so that's where we've been seeing that growth, right? We've been seeing that kind of spread to these other times of the year. And this is why, for the last couple of years, Disney's been really aggressive when it comes to discounting and other different flexible options in order to get people to come down. I know Universal has been really aggressive with British tourists and so forth, giving them 2-week holiday deals and so forth. Very, very interesting stuff right there. But all of these destinations, I think, have had issues, have had struggles with summer because of that perception.
Absolutely. Does anybody else have anything they want to add on to this one?
I'm just wondering, maybe this is why they always had really, really insanely good deals in the beginning of September. There used to be a season where you would avoid going to the parks. It's not like that anymore. I feel like things have shifted, right? I mean, you have all these really good deals from like January till about the end of May. And then you got June, July, August, September. Those are typically your hurricane months at peak, hurricane season at peak, right? And then it kind of calms down after October.
Well,
but I don't know.
September specifically was always not very crowded because the concept of the idea of that, and this is why when I was an adult I would go in September, was who's pulling their kid out on the first week of school,
right,
to go to Disney World,
right,
to go on vacation. So schools in Florida, they reopen in August, but like in the Northeast they go back to school around Labor Day. So yeah, that was a whole thing. But yes, the value season used to be in the fall, and then they started making it more attractive to European visitors, and they come for 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks at a time. So that became the new norm. September and October started filling up, and now it's the summer months that nobody's coming.
Yeah, it's just everything's shifting. Yeah.
Well, guys, we're gonna see what happens this summer when breaking news, it's hot in Walt Disney World.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.